I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
Alright, welcome back everyone. I am the Dungeon Master and this is Dragons of Starfall. Tonight we are rejoining the party together again as we catch up with Lady Angelica, who has left Waterran after spending some time with Cromwell, who it turns out may not have been so specifically targeted as much as he goes to a certain club where there happens to be some mind flayer ass activity going on, and Lady Angelica was privy to some of the goings on there, as well as able to obtain a book which is aiding her in deciphering the cryptex that was obtained from the Clonewell mind flayer. And we also spent some time with Logan and Riggs, who had started work on the surrounding area of Arn's Tower, and we just kind of left that in a nebulous phase of it could have happened either before you guys left for the mercenary camp, the freedom fighters, or after you guys got back, since you have to come back that route anyway. Obviously, you're probably going to stop off at the tower. So, regardless of when exactly that took place, we are going to pick back up with you guys heading back from the mercenary camp, the freedom fighters. You guys had already talked to Big John and convinced him that you needed to work together to overthrow Maxius, and despite his reluctance to commit his men to that kind of a slaughter once again, you guys nonetheless, were able to convince him that that was what was necessary. Now, I do forget, though, did we leave you guys at the camp? So, technically we didn't cover when you guys left, right?
Yeah, we did not. We left off at the camp. We ended session there.
Yeah. So, essentially, you guys have an opportunity to wrap up, quote unquote loose ends at the camp here before we, chug a lug on forward. But at the same time, we can just press X to skip if there's nothing, you know, really important. If all you guys need is to like talk to each other, you got days on the road to do that.
Yeah, I don't have anything to do in
No,
camp besides
if they're
getting ready to
coming
leave.
with us.
Are they
Sorry.
are they coming with you guys? I mean, he's got to mobilize a whole like half an army here.
I think that would make sense, right? He would mobilize with us.
Well, he can't do it that quickly. He needs days.
I think in other words, he's asking if are y'all going to wait for him to go to the army, or are you going to go back and let him
Got it.
come in a couple days later?
I don't see why we wouldn't march together, right? Or should we march early to give the news back?
Yeah, I think you want to come early because you want to prepare the city for these guys showing up so that they don't think they're being invaded by some unknown army.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
idea. Even though you're not here, thank you, Lady Angelica, in my mind.
I'm more than happy to speed up until Lady Angelica is back with us.
Well, Lady Angelica's going back to the town, so we would have to go back to town to meet her.
Right. I was just about to say, well, that's where like we're getting into why I'm trying to figure out exactly what you guys want to do, because I have to kind of time out what is going to happen as far as you guys arriving back in Langenberg eventually, I would think, because that's, of course, where Lady Angelica is headed.
Correct. So I propose we leave early. That way we can send information back as soon as possible that we have gotten the troops and that we need to prepare a place for them to be. And we can meet back with Lady Angelica sooner than later. Everybody agree with that? Electo and Riggs and Logan?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go early.
Yeah, if Big John brings the men, then he brings them. If he doesn't, we don't really have to stay here and hang out with them.
Yeah, so I mean, before we leave, I mean, he seemed pretty ambitious the night that we all kind of hung out and convinced him to, fight for his home of of Waterman. So I don't think he would. I mean, he might back out, but I hope not. So say we just get a move on and let Langenberg know that we have troops coming. I forgot exactly how many we have coming, but it's a good chunk.
It's dozens at a minimum.
Yeah, at a minimum.
Yeah, Riggs convinced them. He did a great job convincing him, so I'm sure they'll show up.
Yeah, Riggs did a good job at connecting.
It was all those kisses he was giving.
Is
I know he was giving people kisses, man. It was crazy.
Is that why you guys want to travel with them? You're worried they're not going to show up?
No, I just didn't. I don't know. I guess I didn't think about him having to prepare for a couple days, like getting all his tents and all of his people.
All his tents, all the food. Everybody's got to get their armor and equipment checked. Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's fine. I tell Big John that we have to leave early in order to give word to Langenberg and prepare for your guys' arrival. And I'd say we head off with our, waving goodbye to Big John. Hopefully he follows.
Just remember who's in charge around here. I give the orders.
You got it, Big John.
You guys aren't like commanding me and like telling me what to do with my army.
No, of course not. You will be 100% in control of your men. I will just give you the plan, and if you have
I wouldn't go so far as to say that.
Sorry, Big John. There's some communication error going on here.
That I'd be 100% in control of my men.
Oh, okay, yeah. You'll probably be at least 90% control of your men. So.
Yeah, I can't promise I'll try, but I'll try to try.
Oh my gosh, Big John, I am getting less hopeful by the second. Let's just go.
And with that, you just turn and walk out of his carpeted and curtained little sectioned off area that he has, where it's all nicer than the rest of the war camp that he has. It's a little plush and set up for him. And so
Yeah.
you just turn and the curtain like flaps as you like just shake your head walking away.
All right. I forgot how thick-skulled the Big John was. All right, let's just get out of here. Hopefully he follows. I'm sure he will because he likes the glory, but
Riggs,
Yeah. I'm not. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not worried about him following you. Just he's worried about you thinking that you're in charge. What's that?
Riggs turns to Big John and winks at him and says, "There's a big kiss waiting for you after all of this."
Hey, don't threaten me with a good time.
Riggs,
Oh,
are you
you know
selling your
you
body
wanna.
again?
Pretty much, yeah.
Hey, listen. I mean,
If people want to buy it.
You're selling. I'm buying.
All right. All right, guys, let's continue. Let's get a move on.
This is supply and demand. You got the supply. I got the demand.
Okay, we get it. We get it. You're horny for Riggs.
He's a good-looking guy.
That's
Yeah.
debatable.
Well, he's got like a rugged kind of square chin and striking eyes. He's not bad looking.
I don't know what these guys go through in war together, so it's a soldier thing as far as I'm concerned.
Mhm.
It's bonding.
Yeah, it's bonding. It's how we bonded out in the field when we get bored.
Hey, what happens in field training stays in field training.
Hopefully. I hope so.
Not anymore.
So yeah, I mean, he definitely will flirt back a little because turns out Big John, for all his bluster, actually is not heterosexual. And so he is very receptive whether Riggs is messing with him or otherwise, and would definitely be more favorable towards any requests that you might have.
Awesome. We'll have to use that to
Well,
our advantage.
that explains why he kept licking his lips when he met Dragos.
Yeah, Dragos.
They had a weird relationship because they stabbed me and they loved him and I couldn't figure it out. But now it makes sense.
Yeah, well, Dragos is a noble, so he smells good, he dresses nice.
Big John, he's great.
And so yeah, you guys tell Big John, see you in a few days. He's obviously very excited to take out Maxius, but nervous, scared for his people, um, apparently horny for Riggs, and a whole bunch of other conflicting emotions that cause him to not exactly be the most personable, likable guy when Arn is, trying to talk to him, and he wants to make sure that it's understood that he's still in charge, because he's worried that you guys might see these guys as cannon fodder and treat them as such.
Yeah. In the moment, I'll do what I can to make sure that they don't feel that way.
Yeah. Don't worry, nameless NPCs. We care about each and every single one of your 7 hit points.
It's all they got, man. That's their life.
Yeah. All right. That's their lot in life. It's not a lot, but it's their life. So, you guys are probably taking the same route back as far as going down the river and stopping at Arn's castle.
Yeah, I'd say we just take the same road that we took up. I don't see why we wouldn't. Just take
All
the
right.
road down the river.
And then, so you guys stop, rest the night at Arn's castle. Logan and Riggs go off down by the river, and when they get back the next day after spending the night out there, they have a tale to tell of a terrible threat that tackled them with talons tearing from the sky. and so you
There's a murder chicken living here.
Yeah, take it away, guys.
You guys got attacked by something that like flew on you guys?
Yeah, well, they stayed out all night. You guys were sleeping in the castle, and they went away for a day and then stayed out all night and then came back.
Yeah, you guys were gone for a while. Hope you guys didn't get into any trouble out there.
No, we didn't kill it though. It's still out there, but hopefully we disrupted its hunting grounds.
Yeah, there was this big bird and it came swooping down and Logan got scared and ran away.
It was like a lizard, more like a flying lizard, like a little
Whatever, scaredy cat. You
chicken.
can't kill a lizard.
Well, it seemed like you guys had a good bonding experience that day. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
No, really, it was crappy. My back hurts from sleeping outside. But it's okay. We're back. We're ready now.
Oh,
you think we'd be
Brokeback
used to it
Mountain?
by this point? No.
I hate lizards, especially stuff that flies too.
And
Yeah,
this
it's
thing came back and attacked them, so, you know.
And Logan ran away again.
Again.
He just kept running away. I don't know what it is.
You afraid of chickens or something, dude?
I'm just smiling. I don't really have a counter.
Let's get off to our real mission, and hopefully that lizard doesn't catch back up with us.
Yeah, I was getting worried that you guys would take any longer to return. We were going to leave without you, but I'm glad you guys came back. Let's go.
Yeah, so, you guys pack up, and as you're packing up, a shadow crosses the river, and you see a dark shape flying just as the sun is really starting to rise. Like it's
The break of dawn.
yeah, well, more than the break of dawn. Like he definitely stayed out past dawn to follow you guys and find where you went. But now that it's getting nearer to noon, like you said, you guys were almost ready to take off. You're like, well, I bet you will find 2 new people in the next town.
Yeah, hopefully so.
And so you guys are just about to leave. It's like 10, in the morning, 10:30, whatever. And so as the sun is getting higher in the sky, you see this shadow as it's just flying off. But it definitely saw you.
And by it, do I know what it is?
No, but Logan and Riggs do.
Oh, okay. It's the same thing that they. I asked them, is that the same thing that you guys encountered?
Yeah, I think it's the exact same one. I guess it was pissed off.
Well, if it comes and fucks with us when we're traveling, I'll deal with it. But we need to get going.
Roll a nature check if you want to identify it.
Everyone?
Didn't we do that last week?
Well, you guys would know what it was, but you were talking like you didn't know if it was a bird or a flying lizard, so I didn't know if you needed to identify it here. No, 19. Yeah, it's a wyvern. It's a wyvern.
You guys couldn't identify a wyvern?
Well, Electo's specifically that is the gray wyvern from the mountains of Carpathia, which tends to have a more aggressive nature than your more typical red, brown, or blue wyverns.
You guys are running away from this thing? You guys couldn't kill it?
Logan ran, not me. I stayed.
No, it flew off. We'd get it if it would come close, but it flew off, and neither of us can fly.
Well, for being an aggressive breed of wyvern, it's being kind of a chicken shit.
Well, there's 10 million of you marching down the road. I mean, not the army yet. I'm just saying, now that you're with the whole party, it's not just those 2 chickens running away from them anymore.
He got his last week. We'll deal with him if he attacks. Let's just keep going. Hopefully he's not that dumb.
I wish there was some way that he could do like some skywriting or something, just to, just to leave a message.
You could like pee on us.
That would take some skill. So anyway, he flies off. He doesn't stick around. So
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't mess with these people here. I'm gonna have to deal with them when we come back.
oh, that's a good point. Maybe I will burn your town down. Oh, I don't have a fire breath. Maybe I'll just poison all your people.
Hopefully not. I don't have that many spell slots to heal them. But yes, let's go. I kind of want to get
Yep.
our other two party members into this conversation.
We have a date with Destiny tonight. Let's
I don't know
get
if it's
going.
tonight. We might not be doing it tonight, but soon.
Well, it's good. Yeah, I mean, you guys got days of travel ahead of you, but still,
Yeah, because the fucking boat didn't come back like I thought it was. I told the lady to come meet us back up when they dropped off Zane, but they didn't come back.
Well, when they dropped off Zane, they're well, I can't tell. Yeah, so
Yeah, we have to meet up with Zane. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I guess we're huffing it.
Hoofing it, and you guys, I mean, it's travel. It's like, what do you want from me? If I sit here and describe every step you take, it's gonna take forever and it's gonna suck. If I don't describe it at all, it's like travel is meaningless. So so it's like you're
Yes.
traveling and I
get
have
it.
to draw it out a little bit just to give you that sensation of like, this is taking a while. It's not instantaneous that you just arrive there. But
Yes.
Zane, you and
Yes.
the boat people,
Yes.
Captain Cutthroat and her courageous crew of cargo carriers, you guys are sailing down the river, and
I think we already got there because we were because I paid the doctor.
oh
So I'm
yeah,
already
that's
in
that
town.
that yeah.
Yeah.
Uh
So
but
while I'm in town,
back up the river
okay.
to go meet them.
Well, I would have when I would have got there, since they gave me some gold to take care of the
Mhm.
kids, but also get supplies. So I would have gotten Captain Cutthroat to wait and taken the girls to the doctor, which I
Mhm.
paid for to get them healed. And then after that, I would go around town and try to purchase some supplies and things like that to restock and build up Orange Place.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. The money that they gave you,
yes,
the items that they gave you the gold for,
right.
absolutely. You stock up and all of that, but once that's done, it's time to sail back up the river.
Right. Well, I would have probably told them to wait since they were coming back and we're waiting for Lady Angelica. So I would have assumed we were all going to be meeting at town, even though they would have to travel because we would have used the boat to fill up on
Well, as Arn just
tables
said,
and
they
chairs.
they had
Yeah.
asked you guys to sail back up the river so that they didn't have to walk the whole way.
Okay.
So you were supposed to take the boat, restock, take the boat back up because it was faster, and then meet them there.
Okay. So it was like about a day down because it's downriver, but it was about 2 or 3 days upriver.
Right.
Okay. So it would have taken me a few days to, I guess, get supplies and stuff like that, and obviously to load the boat and so forth. So
Right.
I would obviously after dealing with the doctor and getting the girls taken care of, I would have gone around and started looking for um, supplies to supply the keep. So food stores, basic furniture, obviously some tents and things like that, some temporary housing, so that sort of stuff. So that's what I would have been doing. And then once we got all that, I don't know how many days that would have taken. Then I guess we would loaded up the boat and headed back out.
Well, nothing you described thus far would take a specialty order or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it would just be
Although
basic stuff, right?
furniture, like, you gotta, remember that this is not a modern society where, there's like a furniture store
I'm not
where,
going to Rooms to Go, but yeah, I would
right.
still be going somewhere that somebody would either, like a Craftsman or something like that. I'm sure that they would have
So,
tables and chairs
well,
with that sort.
basically, they might have some things for you. Like, I mean, for sure they have
Right.
some things for you, but
Right.
for
And the
the
other side of it, yeah,
the
I would be
amount of
I would be
stuff.
commissioning. Yeah, I would be commissioning.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll be commissioning the. In other words, I get some basic stuff. Tents. In the tents, we obviously would need tables and chairs, maybe some chests to store stuff, that sort of thing, just the basic stuff. But then I would also let them know that we would be commissioning stuff, you know, cabinets, hutches, things like that that we're going to
Yeah.
need for the stuff, and trying to secure uh, the services of the craftsmen to be able to make that stuff. To let them know that those orders will be starting to come in as we're rebuilding the keep.
Yes. Yes. And,
But the biggest thing would be restocking as far as like food and stuff like that. So
right, which, you can get the food, you can get a lot of basic stuff, but I do believe they wanted like a lot of tents,
That
and
was me. Yeah.
yeah,
and you're only able to get.
I figured it would be limited by what you would say was available, but I
Holy
was shooting
crap,
for the.
19.
all right.
Oh,
Are
that
those
works.
are these 2 person, 4 person? How big a tents?
They're like 2 people tents,
Okay, all right. And how much would that set me back? Or
probably.
all the actually, let me just, I mean, if it's a general thing, just how much would all the supplies that I'm looking for set me back?
Well, I don't know the exact quantities here,
Okay,
so
no worries.
you gotta tell me like how much you want of everything, and I'll tell you.
Okay, so obviously, the tents available, I would obviously be looking to supply not only us while the keeps being rebuilt, but also any of the freedom fighters that we may need to keep, that sort of thing. So I'm assuming all the tents I would probably need to purchase.
Yeah,
Um,
so the tents you can get for 2 gold each, so
okay,
38 gold pieces for all the tents.
okay. I would try to get some rations, stores, that sort of thing, to supply the keep for, let's say, 3 weeks.
Now, when you say supply the keep, like
Right.
what do you mean?
Well, I'm thinking about the people who are actually going to be staying there. I'm assuming that we're not going to be feeding everybody. We are talking about for us, the people who are there, our party.
Okay.
If we're going to be staying there, and of course, there may be some people who are going to be working on the keep. So there may be a few craftsmen and things like that who'd be working there. I don't know the situation that they worked out with all the people because I wasn't there, but I'm just guessing that we may have to, let's just say, double the number of people that we have for anybody who is going to be helping us rebuild it.
Okay. Well, uh, if you go with 10 people as how many people you're feeding, that's 10 rations a day, which is 50 silver pieces or 5 gold pieces.
Okay.
So 5 gold pieces a day times however many days.
All right. All right. So,
Just keep in mind too that an army's going to come stomping through this town soon.
well, the
So
army should be
there's only
supplying themselves. I mean,
no. I
they
mean,
should
like
be
an enemy
traveling
army.
money.
So we can't
Yeah.
give them any long-term promises if their whole town gets sieged in the next like couple of days.
Why would it? But it's not on the way between there and Waterend, is it?
No, he's in Waterend. He didn't go. That's the town he went back to
Oh.
with the boat, right?
That 110, is that silver or gold?
No,
Gold.
no, sorry, not Waterend. He's back at Langenberg because that's the closest town to where
Yeah, he's
our
in
place is.
Langenberg.
Right.
Yeah, Langenberg, sorry, not Waterend. So they're going to be at war within what? I don't know how much time now we have left, but
Well, I mean, again, the regular populace wouldn't know that. I mean, I'm dealing with obviously I'm dealing with just merchants and people like that in town trying to get this stuff up. So I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, by the way, there's an army coming to march.
no, I'm just keep in mind because they could all get scorched to the ground, and then
Right.
we
So
won't be able to help them at all.
right. Well, I don't mean this callously, but I'm not worried about them. I'm trying to restock our keep. So, all right. So I'm sorry, Chad. Is that 110 you put up there? Is that gold for rations or is that silver?
That's gold. That's gold for rations, plus the 38 for the tent, and
Okay.
then also, you can get seven table and chair sets for an additional 7 gold.
Okay. All right. And then I'll give whatever craftsman I'm working with, I'll give him a deposit of 10 gold to start working at making some furniture for the keep, that sort of thing. Just and then let him know that we're going to kind of as a retainer to let him know that we need to be first on the list when we know what we actually need, that sort of thing. Will that work?
Well, 10 gold is nothing to him, so
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, if you want to retain him, you're gonna have to come correct with something more than that.
All right, so I give him 100 gold
Okay, there you go.
to hold him for
Yep.
building all our stuff.
Yep.
And put everything out in the hold.
Now he's ready to come build your shit whenever you want.
All right, so that's 255. Gotcha. All right. And then I'll obviously I'll keep tabs on the girls or the girl Elizabeth.
Ronnie and Elizabeth. Yep. I mean,
yeah.
Ronnie's good to
Ronnie
go.
was fine. Yeah, she's just staying there. And
Yeah.
I'll just keep checking back with the doctor every couple of days just to make sure.
Yep.
Until we get the stuff started, and once we get everything back, and then I'll get back on the boat and head up the river.
Okay. So as you guys are heading up the river, you hear an explosion. The boat rocks side to side. Somebody yells from the lower hold that it's taking on water. The captain scrambles as you guys try desperately to, save the ship. But eventually, you're forced to jump into the rowboat and row to shore. You watch as the river raft sinks to the bottom of the deep part of the river. You lost 2 crewmen in this explosion, but everyone else is okay. You are wet and shook from what just happened, but you managed to make camp, and eventually, marching along the road comes your companions who had set off earlier than you had expected. And so now, you and the captain are able to interact once again with the rest of the party.
So we're walking down the we're walking down the river, and I see bodies up ahead, and I alert the rest, the other three people.
So,
Yeah.
And I
Captain,
say,
where's
it
your
looks like
boat?
there's. All right.
Cutthroat must be miserable right now.
She hasn't spoken.
So we meet up, and I see Gray. Zane. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I see Zane, and I ask Zane, like, what happened here? Why is everybody on shore? Where's the boat?
I don't know. I I would look at the captain and ask, while we're swimming out of the water, is there anybody you pissed off that would have set a bomb on your boat? We weren't carrying anything that was explosive.
There's only that one lord who, kept threatening that if he couldn't have my boat, then nobody could.
What lord is that?
Remember the lord that we were working for?
No, well, there's that guy and the dude we tossed in the water.
Put their name on the list at this point.
Oh God, we just got fucked. Oh my God. Well, we have no boat. We have a bunch of people coming downstream. Like we all just need a. I mean,
Well, if the
I don't know.
sailors if they can fish the tents out of the river, they can set them up and have them and just stay on the beach of your land there.
Are you familiar with like the Mississippi River?
Well, I mean, they're not going to get much, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah, I know how to spell it.
Are you implying that it's all downriver by now?
I'm implying that like
It's gone.
this is a huge river, like massive. There's a very good possibility that you wouldn't even be able to locate anything, let alone salvage what you would find in the mud and all
Okay,
that.
so it's just
You know what I
sunk
mean?
down. It didn't break up.
It could have sunk deep into the mud and silt. And then also there's like dangerous creatures, like there's dangerous enough creatures in the Mississippi River, let alone the make believe Mississippi.
I turn to the captain and go, what kind of captain doesn't know there's a bomb on their boat?
Well, I
You
mean,
don't inspect the ship at all.
we carry cargo of various sorts in the cargo hold, and so I didn't go through and like look at everything, and like when I asked everybody if anybody had brought any bombs on board, they told me no, and I guess I must have failed my insight check.
Well, you called me incompetent when I was on the boat, and guess who?
Well, you were.
Well, you are now.
Yeah, well, now you're a captain without a ship. You're nothing. You're nothing to us anymore.
Yeah, just cut them loose, Arn. We'll leave them all here.
We paid you for safe passage up and down the river for a month, and we got about a week's worth of travel.
Hop on my back.
Your job was supposed to protect the ship.
Your job was to protect the ship.
You owe us a boat ride down the river where we go. Your choice.
Well, yeah. Let's go get me my boat and we'll do this.
No, that's your problem, not ours.
Listen, I understand the circumstances very weird for all of us here, but I don't have much time or energy to think about this. We have to make it to Langenberg soon.
Yeah.
If you want to stay here and salvage whatever you can from the ship, you can.
Well, no, I'm not.
As of now,
what do you want me to do? Go like swim down there and like drag it up with my bare hands, like
As of now, we will be taking our leave. You
So
can
as
follow
I
if you
see
want.
As I see it, you're still under our employ, so you need to replace the cargo that was lost and secure another
insurance.
and secure another boat to finish out your contract.
How much was on? What was on there again? I forget what we had on there.
Well, we had a
We
lot
had
of
supplies,
belongings.
tents, furniture,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Looks like you're in debt to us now, Captain.
well, like I said, let's go get a boat.
So I guess we're marching back down towards Langenberg.
Yep.
This is very humorous to me. Oh, Arn is seething. He's fucking seething. He's walking.
Seething.
He's walking very far ahead of everyone.
Did you just lose your fucking boat?
Yeah, I did. I paid for it. I did lose my boat. I kept your business afloat for a month. We paid you ahead of time, and you secured nothing.
I kept everything afloat, and then
for a week.
If you guys had been here to stop all this from happening. In fact, weren't you even
Art
the
just laughs in her face. He just keeps laughing. He keeps laughing at it. He's like, "Wow, you're ridiculous," and he just keeps walking.
weren't you the ones who started all
He
this?
keeps walking. He does not pay attention to her. He keeps walking.
Well, and also keep in mind they know a lot, these pirates, and they're from Waterran, aren't they?
Yeah. And
They have no loyalty to Langenberg. They may
how
go back to.
how do I know Zane didn't plant that bomb?
Okay,
I mean,
stop
Zane
twisting
wouldn't.
this. Stop twisting this on us. I turned to the crew like, do you want to come with us or do you want to stay here with this captain? Who can't even take care of their own boat.
Riggs, get over here with the rest of the crew.
I just laugh.
Come on, Riggs. We're walking.
See ya.
Yeah, fuck that square, man. Let's just keep going.
So do you guys really just walk away from her though?
Yeah, how many of them are there?
Like a dozen or 20 or so, you know.
She showed herself to be an incompetent captain, right?
How?
Let's just.
Yeah.
She's supposed to inspect the boat
So-
for I
Yeah.
don't know bombs.
The boat is gone, though. There's nothing to be done, so there's no point
So-
in dwelling on it.
So we'll go do what we're wanting to do. I expect you, when we get back here to be here with another boat.
I'm not going to be here, and if you're going to just walk away, like I'm not going to be anywhere where you're going to find me either.
We're all going in the same direction, so let's just keep moving. Your crew and the captain and us, we all keep going together. There's no reason to thing. She lost her father's boat. I'm sure she's upset about that.
Yeah,
So-
like I was
so-
nice to you guys before this. I'm just like really like torn up.
So let's just keep going. She'll get another boat. She'll replace the cargo that was lost as dudes she should, and we'll keep moving on with our thing. So we'll just keep.
Well,
moving
I
down
mean,
to-
you do know like everything I have in the world just sank to the bottom of the river, right?
We'll deal with that later. We got other bigger fish to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of fish to fry, also all the food I had was on that boat. And
Was a dwarf on the boat?
and swimming made me hungry. No, Goldrucky Goldmane has been free from his imprisonment for some time now, and so he was able to also make it to shore.
The dwarf is just here with us now.
Oh, yeah, and trust me, I am loving what I am seeing on a daily basis. So as you
We don't need
guys
sailors without a boat. Like
right,
that was their whole thing.
as you guys
That's
leave them there, she does give you a you know, something that she has on her. Maybe like a ring that she got from somewhere or something like that, something identifiable. She says, "Okay, listen, everything I had sank, but take this. I want this back. When I find you again, I will make this right." And with that, you guys leave.
Yeah, let's go. I
And
take the ring, of course. I'm just pocketing that. We'll probably sell it.
yeah,
We'll
I
just get
was
out of
gonna
here.
say who takes it, just that we like know who interacted with her. Arn has it, so you guys walk on, and it is going to take a bit because obviously you were traveling on the boat, which is faster than walking, and so another 3 days I think passes before you eventually make it back to Langenberg. So by this time, Big John should already be on his way down, from the north. But as with anything, it is much faster to move with a smaller party than it would be to move with the, let's say, 120 people or so that he'd be marching with. That's a really rough estimate of how many, but still, it's enough people to where keeping them all together, packing up the camp in the morning, and everything takes enough time to where they are. I wouldn't say half as fast as you guys, but definitely slower. You know. S-
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, however quickly you guys were able to get there, they're like 3 to 5 days behind that. Plus, it's going to take them an additional 25 to 33%, of however long it took you plus that. And so, eventually, you guys are back in Langenberg. Now, uh, Long Pike has been laying low. There's no celebrations. There's no balls or anything like that. Not that Langenberg is known for its festivities and all of that. The way that like water ran and all of that. They really like their parties. Langenberg is a little more um,
Conservative.
frugal, conservative. Thank you. And so they don't throw as many, but still, it's court life, and you've got to keep the nobles happy, and there's usually like a feast or something, but even that, it's just very quiet. Um, it's all locked doors, shuttered windows. Everybody is in a state of nervous calm. There's not a uh, panic in the streets. People aren't like lined up at the castle gates like demanding to be let in for protection like there's some kind of barbarian army coming or anything like that. But it's just somber, really. Everybody by now has heard the news that Longpike intends to surrender to Maxius. Now, this was an unfortunate necessity to fool Maxius. The people had to have this proclamation made. And so now the people of Langenberg are essentially like depressed and like they can't believe it. It's like your favorite team is moving to a different city or something. You know, like
Yeah.
it's just they are not in a riot kind of state, but they're not happy. And so
No, that's just the public, right? Like the nobles and the soldiers, like the army, they know the plan already. Like they know that.
kind of. So the nobles who need to know that were there at the meeting with you
Yeah.
guys, they definitely know, of course.
And like the commanders, generals, they know, of course.
Right.
So they know the plan that they're gonna flank from behind whenever we capture them inside, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just need to be sure on who's up to date with what's going on. So the public just so far what they know is that Maxius is, or Longpike is surrendering to Maxius as a show of peace, right? He's just like, fine, like here you can take the town, and that's what the people think is that he's just handing it over.
Yes, that is exactly right. Is that the people think that Longpike is going to hand it over to Maxius peacefully, and because soldiers are just people, like the vast majority of the soldiers are not in on it. There are some high-ranking members of the army who obviously have been given their orders in order to be able to coordinate what needs to happen when it needs
Yeah,
to happen.
everything's on a need to know basis.
Exactly. So, the soldiers, they're still soldiers of Langenberg. Whether Maxius is the king or Longpike is the king, the soldiers, like, all they need to know is that they serve their generals, their commanders, and they serve Langenberg, whoever the king of Langenberg is. And so Longpike is just counting on um, the commanders having the respect of their soldiers enough to where when they say okay, change of plans, do this, that they're going to listen.
Okay, got it. I'm just making sure.
No, absolutely. You guys would have been made privy to all of the plans during the planning phase, since let's face it, this is mostly your guys' plan that you've brought to him. And so he's relying heavily on you. He made you Arn a lord for a reason, in order to um
Hide behind me.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, like uh, give you skin in the game for why you want to protect Langenberg and him.
Yeah, I'm aware of the transaction. He doesn't need to convince me any further. I know what's up.
Yeah.
It's like
So
a sugar daddy.
yeah. Basically, he wishes he could have offered you more, but like also if he would have brought a foreigner in and made him like too big of a thing, that he could have gotten backlash for that. So, he did what he could to try and accommodate you and get you hooked into wanting to do what you can do here. And so they are actually, in fact, happy to see you if you guys head to the castle. I mean, at some point you're going to. I don't know if you're going straight there or not.
Yeah, I think straight away, right, guys? Just go tell him that we got the people. We got 120 men coming. They're gonna help us ambush.
Yeah, we have to wait there because that's the only place where Lady Angelica knows where to go, right?
Well, she knows to go to Langenberg. I
I
mean,
guess we should. I guess we should go to the. Yeah, because Lady Angelica was there when we defended Longpike, correct?
yes.
Okay, so yeah, let's. I'm sure we discussed that we would meet back here at the because we were staying at the palace anyway. So
Yeah.
let's meet back up at the palace.
I mean that would make the most sense. I just didn't want to railroad you guys into that.
No, it's kind of a necessary railroad. Let's just keep going.
Yeah. So you guys arrive at the castle, and as I was saying, the nobles are very happy to see you because right now they were in a position where they had already started the plan, but some of them, we're not going to name names, but some of them had started to secretly question the wisdom of following the plans of people who had no real ties here to Langenberg, and for all we knew, had decided to go chase after some dragon's horde and gotten killed. And so they had kind of been whispering these kinds of things, but Le Epee and the two long pikes, uh, you know, they had already kind of gone all in with you guys, and so
Mhm.
they needed you to come back. And so when you come back, they're like, yeah, in your faces, we told you that they're going to be back. And like you can kind of get, well, why don't we go ahead and have you guys
Got
roll
it.
insight to see if you can pick up on that vibe that's going on.
I hope I get it because I have something to say if I notice
I,
it.
I want to give Arn a great introduction. I want to make them stop and listen to him.
Riggs, you are pretty sure that everybody in this room is just super happy to see you for some reason.
Yeah, he does a backflip and kind of announces himself. I'm Riggs.
You're a little shocked to see that nobody like is giving you the reaction you expected, considering like they're so happy to see you.
Nobody's noticing my performance. They'll see it later.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have disadvantage for some reason? I must
I don't know.
have something on you. I'm so
I
sorry.
have exhaustion.
Oh, yeah, that's gone away. I am so sorry. We're
You still scared over that big chicken, murder chicken?
I guess so.
He ran away, man. Stop running away from chickens.
we are going to go ahead and keep that because I like the role play of that. But I do apologize. You should not have had disadvantage.
So I rolled a 16.
No, you might have. It's impossible to tell.
Yeah, it says right there, it dropped 16.
Yeah. So, but which one rolled first?
You want me to roll again?
Nah, it's fine. We can just keep it for the thing because enough people, Logan and Arn, pick up on the vibe because it's super easy to pick up on. That it's like they can whisper to you or what, like you'll be clued in. It's not like you're gonna be in the dark. But yeah, Logan and Arn.
I rolled for performance because I wanted to introduce Arn. So I
I
wanted to
just
everyone
noticed that.
move aside, move aside.
I just noticed that. Yeah.
Like
Arn, you see.
like the Secret Service, I push a guy up against the wall.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah, don't do that, dude. Don't do that.
Oh, I won't touch anybody. I won't touch anybody.
He's not gonna get arrested. I just didn't know if he was gonna be that.
No, I don't need to actually physically touch people. Just stand in front and look serious.
Okay. So one guy does like back up and he backs up so hard that his head hits one of the lantern sconces and he knocks a bunch of sparks into his hair, and his powdered wig is like starting to like smoke a little, and he's like putting it out. He's so like intimidated by Logan coming through as he announces Arn. And Arn, you immediately pick up on the fact that the king and Le Epee and everybody are happy to see you, but there's a few nobles who kind of like are glowering, and the king is kind of like, giving them that, yeah, told you so.
So quickly, as we're walking up the stairs, kind of like leaving the rest of the noblemen behind, because I guess we're gonna go talk in the main room, right, or in the main hall to the king. But anyways, I just look to the people who are like, who obviously seem like they're not too happy about us being here. I say, noblemen, hear me. I do not condemn your suspicion of us, but we will let our actions speak louder than our words. And then I just walk into the palace.
Go ahead and roll your persuasion on that with advantage. Well, actually, no. I'll give you insight and let you decide whether you apply it to this roll or not.
If I want to go higher, I mean, I rolled an 18. I don't think I can get much better.
Inspiration. Oh, you already rolled. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you get your point of
I'll save it.
inspiration for that, and then you roll, and you can see a couple of people like start to like nod and like turn and talk amongst themselves in a good way.
You're like, he's actually literate. I didn't know he could speak.
Well, yeah, because they're thinking of you like a Viking, and so if you think about the 16th century, British, and Europeans who were dealing with the Viking raiders.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. I
Yeah.
was there. I know how fucked up they could be. I was one of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I do say that, and I, kind of like unemotionally, I just keep walking in. Like I
Okay.
don't really care about I don't look back to see their faces. I just keep moving.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to
leader.
be impeccable with my word.
And you were, and it does in fact have an impact not only on them right here and now, but in the long term story arc of what's going to happen. You have now completely like changed the narrative with them.
That was the hope. I'm dropping seedlings.
Yes. So you guys arrive in the main hall, and Longpike stands up to greet everybody, and he, actually steps forward, and I'm not gonna say bows to you guys because that would be taking it too far, but some show of respect, something that a king, wouldn't
He could just
do.
shake my hand. I just offer my
maybe
hand.
he hugs you guys or something, I mean, shaking your hand. I didn't want it to be too like formal, like I wanted him to do something a little
Off collar for him.
Yeah. Off brand for a king,
Yeah.
And so
shaking hands. He comes to us to meet us and shakes our hands.
Oh, yeah, standing up and walking. Yeah. Well, that's true. And so, shaking your hand heartily, he even goes so far as to do that thing where he holds your hand and takes his other hand and like grabs your shoulder and, just really like, has a firm grip on you. And you're a mountain of a man, but you can feel that Longpike definitely has that old man strength,
Yeah, I get it.
And so he, gives you the hearty handshake, and he says, "Lord Arn, and your companions, you've made it back. I can't tell you how excited we are to hear what news you have, but first, please." And he motions to the table, and he motions to his servants who are already moving to bring you all refreshments, and there's a seat for each one of you laid out with a plate of the finest silver and a silver goblet with gems and all of that, and they come and they put a hearty helping of fresh hot meat, bread, cheese. They pour a cup
Gravy.
of ale or wine or whatever, and they let you guys take your refreshments.
Yeah, of
So
course.
Riggs whispers in Arn's ear. He goes, "I don't like the feeling of this."
Where are you comfortable?
I don't know. It seems strange.
I think
But
the man is on his heels. He doesn't know if this was the right idea. I don't blame him for being awkward.
hmm,
He
maybe
has
we should watch our back.
I think that is always a good idea, Riggs. We should always watch our back. But yes, I will entrust you to keep an eye on us. Keep an eye on the back. In the back. Excuse me. Keep the eyes open in the back of your head. All right. Just
Yeah.
watch out for us. And we sit down and I kind of motion the whole group to the table. I say, please, everyone, let's eat. I assume we're all famished after the long travel. And then I ask King Longpike. I say, have you any word of the Lady Angelica that was with us? Do you know if she has arrived back into the city or any news on that?
And then with that, uh, it is fortuitous timing because right as that is happening, Lady Angelica, you have just arrived using uh, Longpike's fastest coach. You have made it back to Langenberg after your journey to Waterran, and so along with the soldiers and everybody, you of course are welcomed right into the castle. And so right as you ask that, Arn, you guys hear the trumpet fare of the
And
announcers.
yeah, the announcement of the lady. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know what those men are called that do that, but pages or messengers or whatever. But they blow the trumpets and announce with the fanfare that Lady Angelica has arrived, um, and Lady Angelica, you of course got the same vibe coming into Langenberg as everybody else. Um, but now when you walk into the royal area, you see the rest of your companions have already arrived and are sitting feasting with one empty seat that was reserved for you, although they didn't put the food there yet.
Fair enough. Lady Angelica will give a little curtsy and wave, and she'll send Sir Thomas up to the king to just whisper in his ear that the mission was successful and that Maxius is on his way after his coronation, and then I will go to join the group. And psychically, I'll tell them that after the meal, we have to meet in private. There's much to discuss.
And I nod. I just nod at her. Please let Lady Angelica. You must be hungry as well. Let's eat and we would like to retreat to our quarters after the meal. We are tired. We would like to rest, and we will return to discuss further the actions of the coming battle.
Oh, I mean, Lord Arn, surely you must understand that I am anxious to, you know, hear word of whether or not your particular mission was a success. Now that the joyous news of Lady Angelica's successful mission to Waterran, and he raises his cup and everybody cheers, and they all look to you and salute you and to Lady Angelica, and they all do their toast. And he's like, but now, the serious matter begins, and without help, I'm afraid that all we've done is set a trap for ourselves.
Yeah. We'll definitely talk to the king in private after the meal, and then run down everything that's happened to him. But then we as a group should speak privately. But yeah, we should have to tell the king about your success finding the freedom fighters and that Maxius is coming and what his plan is.
Okay, I take a big swig, like I basically down the whole tankard that I have in front of me, and I wipe my lips like very barbaric. You know what I mean? I make a big show, and I say, and I kind of chuckle, and I say, "You are not questioning our ability, are you, my king?"
I question not your ability, merely the results, as now we appear to be in a countdown situation to where it is inevitable that Maxius and his forces will arrive, post haste.
I'm just making sure, my king. Testing to see if you've lost your faith in us. And then I do say, jury aside, we have we have been able to recruit the approximately 120 men from the freedom fighters, and they will be arriving at our north gates hopefully in the next 2 days. The 2-3 days, they are quite a large pack. They will take a while to arrive.
Then my joy knows no bounds, and my generosity shall follow. You shall each receive from the royal treasury 10 platinum pieces, as well as, 10 platinum pieces, that's only 100 gold. 100 platinum pieces each.
All right, I'm writing that down right now. So
Eh,
take it back.
Go ahead.
That's a lot of money, guys.
And also, all of you shall be given a horse of your choosing from the stables, a royal carriage for you all to share. You're not getting one carriage each. And, and you know, upgrades on all of your stuff, clothes, armor, weapons.
Can I stop him when he's saying all that, sir? We don't need all of that. I appreciate the gold.
You do, because your cloak is dirty. Look at that stain. You are embarrassing me and the rest of the lords here.
Riggs turns to the king and says, "You're a former warrior. We're under a dangerous mission here. The hospitality is great, but you don't want to fatten us up before this fight. We got to get down to business."
Well, mostly I wanted to improve your equipment, but also I wanted Arn to look the part of a lord, because, like, come on, you got to clean your cloak.
Yeah, I believe I posted a picture a while back ago. I can try to find it.
The new improved arm.
Yeah, that at least this is the armor that was given to him by the craftsman in Langenberg. Once I find it, I'll post it in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need nothing from them, really.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I was going to say,
no, we'll take the money, of course, because you never know when.
you guys know that this is a king who has, like, just regular stuff.
We're going to accept his gifts, because you accept gifts when they're given.
Yeah, I accept them. I'm just saying, let's not waste time on the fanfare.
It does us no good if we're dead.
I was going to say, and I have a wand I can't hold and a hat I can't wear, so if he's anything useful, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So yeah, we might be getting cool stuff. We should figure out what we're getting.
Well, that's what I was getting at with the equipment thing, was like, you guys are all getting an upgrade.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I know I'm not good at accepting gifts. I'm just playing Arn. He's just being like, okay.
Yeah. I just didn't want money, right?
Well, yeah. The money was just like, what else is a noble gonna, like, think of first, But
cool.
So effectively, this is the way it goes. You guys all have a piece of non-magical weapon or armor, right?
Not me.
You have all magical weapons and armor?
I have non-magical nothing. I have no armor or weapons.
Oh, right. Yeah. So
we should definitely hook you up with at least some enchanted armor or something.
Something. But regardless, we'll figure that out for you. But what I am saying is that I think all of you should have like either a mundane weapon or a mundane set of armor or something. That is going to get replaced with a magical version of that. Is what is on offer here for all of you guys. So, like Electo, if you wanted magical chainmail or whatever you're wearing instead of the mundane stuff, Sir Thomas already has some pretty good stuff, but we can figure something out. Logan, do you wear armor? You're a monk, right? So no?
No, the thing I'm missing is that little bit of extra damage. You know how, like, some things give you a D6 or a D4? Like, I do base damage. I don't have anything that's like that adds to that?
Right.
Like a flame tongue is like a what, a D6? It has
Yeah.
like something simple like that that just adds that little bit that can.
Yeah, we'll have to maybe come back to you as well. Um, this is the moment where you guys get to gear up before the big fight.
No, yeah,
So
I think we should all
everybody
take
should,
advantage.
yeah.
Whoever doesn't have a +1 set of suit of armor, definitely take him up on his offer and get one of those for you guys.
Yeah, and or weapon if you don't have,
Yeah,
you know,
I want a glaive, magical glaive.
magical glaive. Got it. So yeah, you know, if anybody knows exactly what they want right now, you can have it right now. But if you don't, no worries.
Yeah, I'll do the glaive now. I just have a regular one.
Yep, getting you one right now.
Sweet.
Yeah, see, I've been able to make a +1 item since like level, I don't know, 5 or something. So +1 has always just been my baseline. I've always had the
Excuse me.
same level throughout.
Right. And then Electo, did you have a thing that you knew you wanted?
Not that I knew I wanted. I was looking right now. I have +1 armor already, and I think I'm pretty good on that.
Yeah.
And then I don't. I mean, I have just a regular scimitar, but I don't think I'm ever going to use a physical weapon.
Hopefully
So
not.
let
Yeah.
me. Yeah. Well, I have cantrips. You name it. So let me take a look and see what I can find.
No problem. You go ahead and take your time, and just let me know by next session.
Quick,
And
quick, quick
yes.
question. The glaive you gave me, it says it's one-handed. Is that correct?
No, in your sheet on the actions, you just set that to 2. Yeah.
Okay.
There
That'd be
you
pretty
go.
sweet, though, wouldn't it?
And wield a shield too.
Yeah, I know. That'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah, unfortunately, anything you add just kind of defaults to one-handed. I don't know why. Anyway, uh, is that it? Arn, you don't need anything? Are you serious?
I mean, I have my trusty sword, my
Uh huh.
craftsman's sword, and my I have a +1 shield. I don't have. Let me see my armor situation. I was kind of wanting everybody else to get something.
Well, you're gonna get something either way. Yeah, you just have plate mail armor. Do you want magical armor?
Sure, I will request a suit of armor that is finely crafted from the best craftsman in town.
Yeah, absolutely. And so because you're a lord, like, yeah, Riggs got a magical glaive that has been in the armory for forever and is said to have been used in one of the ancient battles, and the knight who wielded it was able to hold off 100 men on a bridge one day, etc. It's great. It's an
Yeah,
awesome
hopefully Riggs
glaive.
can hold off one dude.
Yeah, it's an awesome glaive, but it's still just kind of like a regular glaive in a lot of ways. It's got some fanciness to it, but nothing special. However, he takes you into the royal vault,
Sweet.
and inside the royal vault's armory, you see pieces of armor ordained with, like, jewels and precious metals and fancy etchings, and you know some of them are freaking glowing as you walk into the vault. There's torches that he lights on the side, but before he even lights the torches, you can see the glow from some of these helmets and shields and swords and whatnot that he has all in his personal royal armory, and he goes over to a rack where there is a suit of armor that looks like it was built for a half giant. It is absolutely monstrous in size, massive in size, and you walk up to it, and it's like, that isn't gonna fit you. And he says, "This is the fabled armor of the hill giant Gorgotha, who came down and aided the men against the armies of devils and demons and tieflings, and by working with the most powerful mages, they crafted her this fine suit of plate mail armor that kept her safe, from all threats, like, everything. So he's explaining all this to you, but again, you look at it and, like, this is like sized for
a giant.
Yeah, like, you're like, what? Okay.
I don't think that this would fit me.
That is where the true magic of the armor lies. You see, Gorgotha said the same thing on the day the wizards presented her with the armor, and was astonished when they told her to put it on anyway. And as she did, it stretched and grew until it was perfectly fitted for her. And with that, he motions for his servants to, like, help get it down. And as they help lower it onto your shoulders, sure enough, it magically fits itself perfectly to your form.
Canonically, can it look like the picture I posted in the Discord?
Let me take a look before I just agree to that, because I don't know what what you're posting.
That's
Absolutely.
fine. I post like a machine gun in the Discord.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's just awesome spawn armor, like, covered in spikes everywhere or something. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I was afraid of, but you never know. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Just for the image in my head, I want to imagine myself as this now.
Absolutely. This is exactly what it looks like as it forms down to you. And then not only do you skip straight to the +2 plate mail armor, but it bestows resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage that is not magical in nature.
What a fucking intense suit of armor.
Yeah. That's cool.
Wow. It fits me perfectly. I'm kind of like looking around at you guys for your reaction. I go, what do you guys think? New getup.
He looks great. He says, I know, I get dead scan voice.
Lady Angelica will give a nod and, like, approving nod.
Oh, Lady Angelica, you're in here too, because you're a noble as well. So there are rare magic items in here, so feel free to pick one.
You said rare?
Rare. And
I think I found something.
Yeah, I was going to say, and that pretty much goes for everybody, with the exception that, like, the Royal Vault has, like, just a slightly better crop of stuff, and that's not because I particularly like Arn or Lady Angelica any better than you guys. It's just they're the nobles, and so they get special treatment for now. But don't worry, we'll balance that out. I'll
We'll all be nobles soon.
Yeah, I'll send a
I'm gonna take it
a
all once
rust.
he's dead. So
I'll send
long pipe is
a rust dragon to rust off his armor or something. You know.
I think I found my item, but I have a question on how it would work. It's a Tasha's item. It's called Atlas of Endless Horizons. Have you looked at that one before?
I have not familiarized myself with that like enough to know what it is. I can kind of
Okay.
guess, but what is it?
Okay, I'll read you the description. It's a rare item, and it says, "This thick book is bound in dark leather, crisscrossed with inlaid silver lines suggesting a map or chart. When found, the book contains the following spells, which are wizard spells for you while you're attuned to the book. Arcane Gate, Dimension Door, Gate, Misty Step, Plane Shift, Teleportation Circle, and Word of Recall. It functions as a spell book for you. While you're holding the book, you can use it as a spellcasting focus for your spells. The book has 3 charges, and it regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. You can use the charges in the following way while holding it. If you spend 1 minute studying the book, you can expend 1 charge to replace one of your prepared wizard spells with a different spell in the book. The new spell must be of the Conjuration School. When you're hit by an attack, you can use your reaction to expend 1 charge to teleport up to 10 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. If your new position is out of range of the attack, it misses you. But my question is, some of those spells that are in the book are of a higher level than I have spell slots for. So how? I don't know. What do you think about that?
The way that works is that you just don't have access to those spells until then.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, uh, it is done. You are able to find in their vaults, not the royal vault, but in the vaults, an atlas that describes portals and all of that. But it's more than just the Atlas of Endless Horizons. It is also a roadmap of all of the old standing stone portal locations in the world.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What
That's
at what
cool.
some atlas.
That will be very useful.
There's stone portals that we didn't even know about.
Yeah. The elves had built them.
Oh man, that might be useful later. Cool. Good shit, Electa.
Oh,
Good
and Riggs, you also get +1 chainmail.
Sweet. So I had armor of lightning resistance.
Oh, you had scale mail armor of lightning resistance. Do you want the +1 chainmail or do you want +1 scale mail?
What's better?
So
Scale mail is a little bit better armor wise, but oh wait, is that right or is it chainmail? I forget which one. Damn it.
well, chain is heavy and scale is medium, correct, guys? Or
Scale is medium. Chainmail is heavy. Yeah.
So heavy's better.
Heavy has a higher armor class, but it has more like penalties.
So chain would give you 16 + 1, which would be 17 AC, right?
Right.
Okay, so you would have 17. What's your current AC with your current armor?
19.
Oh, then you might just want to keep your armor. He did receive a +1 glaive, correct?
Yes.
So unless you want to change up, so what kind of armor do you have, Riggs?
Armor of lightning resistance.
Okay, it's probably scale mail.
So neither of those are upgrades. Is there like a ring or something? Ring of free action.
Ring of protection.
Your armor would improve if you got the scale mail +1 because the scale mail of lightning resistance isn't actually +1 scale mail.
Okay, then I'll take that if it increases my.
Yeah, that'll increase your AC by 1.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay.
Cool. Now you got a sweet set of scale mail armor. It's no longer lightning resistant, but it is +1. That's pretty good.
I'm gonna need it.
maybe we could have somebody imbue. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
Imbue the armors together. Maybe, I don't know. But cool. Sweet. We got some new clothes. Lady Angelica, did you get something?
No, I'm still looking at a couple different things. Yeah, I was looking at the Ring of Storing, or Ring of Spell Storing, or the Far Realm Shard.
Huh. I was like, what? They better not, and sure enough, they do. Yeah. Indeed, if you want the Far Realm Shard, that would be something that you would be pulled towards. So.
That's what I see. And the only question I have about it is it says it'll strike one creature you can see. I assume I get to pick the creature it strikes. It doesn't just strike randomly in front of me.
Strike one creature you can see. Yeah, you pick the creature. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'd be perfect. I'll find that like in some back corner covered in dust. Like, oh, we didn't. That was just a weird rock with eyes on it.
Yeah. They're like, what are you doing with that thing?
Okay, so I will attach it to one of my. It like just clicks onto one of my rings.
All right. Well, that was really great. Logan, any chance you have something, or should we just come up with something throughout the week?
Are you muted, Richard?
Oh, sorry, I caught that, but my wife was saying something just at the exact same time.
Oh, sorry.
Honestly, other than just like a flamed tongue sword, I can't really think of anything offhand.
Do you just want a flame tongue?
Yeah, it's a nice, simple, effective weapon.
A flame tongue it is.
Well,
You
unless
get a
we can change
Shishkapa maker.
the damage output. If we can do like ice instead, I've always liked the idea of an ice sword instead of a fire sword.
Sure. You want an ice tongue?
Yes, basically.
Frost tongue.
Frost tongue.
Yeah, I think that's what it would be called.
My tongue is stuck.
Yeah,
I just assume that there's probably one for all damage types out there. Like somebody's made one of every type.
Of course.
Yeah, and I'm assuming this guy likes. We're taking from his personal collection. He likes to hoard tools and armor that he's accrued over battle.
So, do you want the great sword, long sword, rapier, or scimitar?
I'll just stick with rapier because it's just a simple blade. It's like a sliver of ice.
All right. You find the rapier that is cold to the touch, and when you pick it up, you're able to channel its magic until the blade is like a straight icicle stretching down from the edge of a roof.
All right, guys, fire and ice, man. I'm ready to go.
Is the king back there with us?
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Riggs? I didn't hear.
Or
Yeah.
Is the king's back there?
Well,
Riggs
with Lady Angelica and Arn in the royal vault. You guys are in the peasant pantry.
Some pretty sweet stuff in that peasant pantry.
Okay. Well, Rick,
But no +2 transforming armor.
That's true. Or not, or never mind. So yeah, I guess we can meet up together again now that we have
Oh,
given.
hold on 1 second. What was that, Riggs?
Riggs has one more request of the king. He's like, I appreciate the armor and the glaive, but what I was really wanting was one of those wigs.
One of the powdered wigs?
Yeah, I want a powdered wig.
Oh man, I'll have my royal hairdresser hook you up, and so he takes you into a room where there's just like 37 different styles of powdered wigs and like up to 3 different ones of each style. And some of them have like different colors. Like most of them are the white powder, but some of them are like slightly colored or have spots or stripes or whatever. And then like a lot of them just have various different stylings. Um, so, yeah.
So Riggs turns to the king. He's like, for this battle, I'm going for a certain look, and I want a blue wig with some face paint. We're gonna go for um the war paint
Braveheart?
with a wig. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So they do have one of them is like really eggshell robin's egg blue, and one of them is like a really really deep blue. So whichever blue you like.
Uh, I'll go with the robin's egg blue.
Yep.
And face paint. Do you have any face paint?
Oh, I mean we got paint. Put it wherever you want.
Okay. I'll grab some red and blue paint and put stripes down my face.
I'm sure the common staff can find you that kind of stuff.
No, I'm getting a wig, so I'm a noble now.
Do you think that's what makes you a noble?
Yeah.
Having one of the wigs.
Okay, that's good. We have
You're like,
3
you
now.
fool! I have a wig now.
So he puts all this on and he starts walking around all proper.
That's funny.
I do like the thought of Riggs all of a sudden like changing the way he walks, like he holds his face like snootier and everything, just like yeah, I'm better now.
He walks around with his chin up, kind of looking down at people.
That's funny. your whole attitude changed now that you have a wig. Talk about don't let power get to your head, right? I mean, literally.
I'll be asking for a servant later. Let's carry on with the tactical
Why
discussions.
why a blue wig?
I'm just glad he's on our side and we're not facing him.
Yeah, he seems kind of
Is blue not my
missing a few
color?
screws.
He,
No,
he
you
says
look great.
this as he's got the stripes going down his face, so like it's not even the wig that is like throwing you off, like you're having trouble looking him in the face as his striped war paint is just kind of yeah.
He says, "Don't look at me funny, or I'll have you arrested."
I laugh. Arn laughs.
No, it works for me. Whatever helps you.
No, dude, you look amazing. Never take that off, I say.
I have to play the part of a crazy warrior, so let's go.
Yep. So,
Yeah, so-
what were you saying then, Arn? You were ready to wrap up with the gift giving part of this. So what, what comes next for the adventurers?
So yeah, I mean, a little bit after we all get fitted with our new things. We've already discussed. So this is me, Jesse, asking you. What else do we need to prepare before the fight, or are we assuming that we're good to go? That way we don't have to prepare anything.
Okay, so I don't want to steer you guys too hard, but one thing that you might want to discuss, consider, etc., whatever, is where are you guys going to be when everything goes down, because as we kind of discussed before, I think we're not going to have you guys like micromanage every aspect of this fight. The freedom fighters are going to do their thing.
Yeah, we're just going to be doing our thing, right? Everybody will be doing.
Right. So
everybody
you
has
don't
a part.
right. You don't have to like sit here and give me like the exact plan that you have for like the freedom fighters and all of that, but because we know that they're going down into the sewers and everything.
Yeah, so waiting for ambush.
Yeah, I think that you guys need to decide. Are you going to have anyone down there, all of you down there, or is everybody going to be, up by the like where are you guys going to be? What are you going to be
No,
doing?
yeah, I think that's important to discuss, right, guys? I mean,
Yeah.
who wants to? So I guess we need to kind of figure out where we're positioning ourselves on the battlefield.
Yeah, but we got to stay close enough together that we're all going to be basically on the same map. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so we're not.
And we should definitely try to play off of our like strengths,
Yeah.
of where we can all be super useful.
I was going to say, can we, like, Lady Angelica would sort of recommend, can we walk the ground where we're going to fight on it, and sort of that way we can pick who's high, because it makes sense for Electo and I to be up above the fight, but obviously there's some range limits on what we can do.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that if I'm up on top of the battlements where the gate is and stuff, I have a couple of high level spells. One of them has a range of 150 feet, so I don't have to be close by, at least initially, to make a big impact.
And you can now teleport all over the freaking town, like from rooftop to rooftop. So, like, do you have access to Dimension Door? Dimension Door has pretty far range.
I do have access to Dimension Door, yes.
So there you go. You can use that to teleport around town.
Yeah,
and invisibility.
If we can see the map, if the map is ready, we can just say like
the map is not ready for you guys to be able to pre-plan like that. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I mean, we didn't know we were going to do it. So, but yeah, my thought would be is that the melee, obviously, the 3 melee are going to be up front.
I guess before we figure out where we are, we need to figure out where Long Pike's going to be, right? We need to figure out. So
yeah, that was my question. Is he just going to challenge him right in the throne room?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to be out. I'm going to be out in the. Sorry. I'm going to be out in the court yard. To greet him as he enters, and then I'm just going to challenge him right away. I'm going to be like, you dirty piece of crap, I'm challenging you to combat right here because you're nothing but a weakling and a coward, and I'm a real warrior, and I'm going to beat you down right here in front of your men, and then they're going to go home with their tails between their legs. That's what's up.
So, out of character, this dude's an old dude, right? He can't fight. He's an old guy.
Well, he's a warrior.
Yeah, no, he's not that old.
He's older.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
but Maxius isn't young either.
Right.
That's true. But are we
just
okay
don't know
with
what
him
Maxius
possibly
could...
getting hurt? With
yeah,
Long Pike getting hurt? Okay, then yeah. I mean, if you want to, I think what I'm going to do is be right next to Long Pike, if you guys are okay with that.
Yeah, I would say the melee should be up front with him and his brother and his other support guy up front. Electo and I in a sort of elevated position where we have some cover. They come through the gate, like as soon as the challenge is issued, the portcullis comes down so that we don't have to worry about troops storming in. And then he is isolated for the fight. And if it doesn't go our way, or something weird happens, which I'm assuming something weird will happen, we jump in and try and save him if we can, but we're not going to.
Well, one thing too is we should look for, if you're looking for high ground for ranged, we should look for choke points too.
Well, the gate is the choke point. The gate comes down. Theoretically, it'll be Maxius, Cromwell, and whoever is like their senior-most people are stuck on one side of the gate, and we're with us, and his army is stuck on the other side where the Landenberg army attacks. The freedom fighters come up from the sewers. And so if any soldier or anything are on the inside with us, the freedom fighters deal with that. Landenberg's army attacks on the outside and pins them against the wall. we deal with Maxius inside.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Are we gonna go ahead and allow Big John to handle his people, or should we have somebody with Big John? What do you guys think?
No,
I-
let them just take the sewers and
Yeah, let them do what they're doing, and we'll assume they don't bone it up.
Hopefully not.
I will assume the fight hinges on us, that if we kill Maxius, then the rest sort of becomes secondary.
Yeah, that
Well-
depends. That depends if there's like a general that wants to keep fighting. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but we can deal with that.
One
yeah,
thing
we got
too
horses too.
is kind of like, I don't know how you guys do it, but I was thinking like general combat strategy. Like, let's say it's Maxius and a few people. Do we focus, his lieutenants first, and then Maxius, or you see what I'm saying? Like, so we're not all attacking different things at different times, or
so
not
you
on the
you
same
want to you want to
page.
figure out targets.
Yeah.
I think we need to go for Maxius, all of us together, because he's managed to like get away from us at different points when we've
Yeah,
been trying
exactly.
to do other things. So I think we've got to all just be immediately focused on that, because everyone's going to be trying to protect him. So
Yeah, I would argue that I sort of agree that it's better to burn the boss down unless one of the. So, like, it depends how many people come through the gate with them. If there's like 20, then we sort of have to deal some AoE damage and hopefully get a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Some sort of crowd control.
I
Well,
assume
what-
he's bringing some people within the walls with him. He's not coming
Yeah.
alone, right?
Yeah.
He's not.
Well, what I'm getting at is, there's a couple ways to think of it, right? One is 5 people, even if they're not as powerful as Maxius, will probably do more damage than just him. That's one consideration. Another one is, do we have any ability to crowd control either one person or multiple?
Yeah,
So-
both Electo and I can do crowd control, and I mean, there's a couple different options of ways I can use Twin Spell. If there's a big group of his people come in, I can put 2 of them to where they can't tell good from bad and they attack randomly. There's a lot we can do.
Yeah.
One thing that I'm kind of nervous. So that's good. So we kind of already know where we're all going to be. We're going to focus Maxius. That's a good idea because we need to get rid of him. Whatever follows, we'll deal with. But Maxius is the target. Another thing we need to worry about. So I'm guessing we're all kind of having like an informal meeting with the king and the land.
Yeah.
So one thing we need to worry about is escape. Not for us. I'm not going to mention us, but I'm just saying. What if Maxius? So they do have griffins.
Yeah.
What if Maxius does have a griffin and they decide to try to escape? An alternative plan, maybe a plan B, would to be to capture Maxius, to maybe kidnap him. Maybe Electo can do some teleportation, grab him, and get out. I know it'll have to be like a wisdom save, right?
he has to be willing to go with me to use this spell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
Is Susie big enough for me to ride yet? Is she big enough to hold me?
Technically, they need to be large for you to ride them, but she is big enough right now for you to like climb on her back, but you can't like ride
Take
her.
off. Yeah, you can't take off with her, like in the sky.
Got it. Okay.
Well, I mean, I think we have archers on the wall, and their job is to keep the griffins down.
Well, I have wings of flying too.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Another thing is, you have flying wings.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
And I can fly also, so.
That's what I was saying. Speaking of flying, what is your position on turning into a demon during the fight? Are you afraid to?
I would assume it would be a negative, that everyone's going to respond pretty badly to that, but
I agree.
Yeah, I think that's a break glass emergency situation where I would transform it.
I don't want to say we need it, but we might need it. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
might need to just transform and do some
Well,
plays.
you always have that in your back pocket, but I think that's exactly right, is that Lady Angelica would essentially only use that if there was literally nothing else that could even conceivably help.
Well,
Yeah.
and part of my thought for being on high ground is that if I need to change and fly, I could do it more or less unnoticed in the fog of war.
Mm.
We're probably going to be in a throne room, so it'll probably just
No,
be
it's
double
outside.
doors
We're
and-
going to be outside.
Outside.
it's like
in front.
courtyard. Okay.
In the courtyard. Yeah.
So-
Well, we need to be that way. The sewers that we can open the sewer grates. You know what I mean? They
Exactly.
can come out. Yeah. We need to be out in the city. Griggs, go ahead if you want to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to confirm this. So let's say he walks in with a few people. So Lady and Angelica and Electa will focus on CCing any or attempting to CC any extras, and then we focus Maxius and just throw everything into him, blow all our cooldowns, try to kill him, and then deal with the rest afterwards. Is that what we're saying?
Yep.
That's the hope. Yeah. So we're not surprised when it happens because Long Pike is going to challenge him. We need to discuss the two outcomes of that. As one, Maxius does agree to a fight, and they do fight. Do we let them fight, and then if the guards want to step in, then we step in, or should we just forget all about that cordial shit?
I assume that, again, out of character, obviously the king is here, so we have to go going. I assume if we jump in front of the king would see that as an insult, and we'd humiliate him in front of his people.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't think we want to do that.
So we have to let the duel happen. My assumption is Maxius will fight dirty, and the minute he fights dirty, we can come in.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. But if he fights clean and he loses, what do we do?
Well, then we've had a very anticlimactic end to the story.
Then my friend,
like, all right, I win. It's like, oh well, that sucks.
if
he dies no matter what.
So this relies on Maxius playing dirty. Basically.
If he fights fair and he wins, then you lose.
He's never fought fair though.
Yeah, we're in a world of hurt, so.
No, I'm still going to attack him no matter what. He's going to die.
Yeah, why would we not attack him even if he kills?
Well, we just might not have the support of Langdenberg if we do. We might just be us against all of.
Well, that's why I'm going to have the horses somewhere where we can reach them.
Yeah,
we need to remember that. Yes, but we need to remember that this is very different. Like we would be like David said, we would be insulting the kingdom. You know what I mean? That's their king. We need to remember what times we're in. That's pretty serious. If they do a challenge, I mean that's basically law almost. So
yeah, and even if I'm losing, do not come to my aid.
Yeah, we're definitely going to your aid if you're losing.
Well, no, I mean again.
Well, don't tell me that.
Yeah, we're
okay,
not.
Sorry, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
So I had in my back pocket the thought that one of the things I can do is basically use the psychic stuff to jump into Cromwell for a minute and make him say we've done horrible things and or confess to crimes or I can't make him cheat. I can't make him do something dangerous, but I can make him right away and just cause panic. Anybody who comes through without anyone knowing it, I can do a bunch of stuff. So
right.
So we have fallback stuff where we can kind of force something dirty to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll let them fight, and if Long Pike drops or when he drops, then we just hit everyone that's with Maxius.
Yeah, I will say if Long Pike drops, I'm still fighting. I think Arn will still I said, we're still gonna fight Maxius. We're not letting him get away.
If you remember Riggs's backstory, I don't know. I have to think of it. Kind of out of character. I think if he sees Maxius, he's gonna want to go after him.
That's fine. So does Logan. Logan is kind of chomping at the bit. I know already.
Yeah, I mean,
so
he suspects his family was murdered.
Yeah, you did work for the king before.
Yeah, so and he's kind of crazy, and he doesn't care.
Yeah.
So I'll have to think of something.
Yeah.
We didn't remember Brawler isn't really. I mean, Brawler. I mean, Riggs isn't hasn't been with us too long, so he is still kind of a loose cannon.
No. Again, I can almost guarantee it will appear as Maxius sides cheats.
Yeah, I mean that just kind of makes sense story wise. Hopefully,
I can help you guys with this a little bit. Angelica, you have seen enough of Maxius's surface thoughts to know that all he does is think of ways to gain an advantage. I would say unfair advantage, but he doesn't even think like that. For him, any advantage you can get is a fair advantage because they should have been smarter. His mind works in the way that there is no such thing as
he's
cheating.
A sociopath.
Right. There's no way he can cheat because you should have been smart enough to stop
It's your
him.
fault for not catching me.
Yep.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, yeah, this guy's scumbag. So
yeah, and I can do. I can use either suggestion or why can't I think of it? Enemies abound.
yeah,
And like, so if I cast enemies abound on Cromwell, Cromwell would then randomly attack someone, which is probably one of us, and everything's a go. Like,
yeah, and remember, history is written by the victor. So
That's
Yep.
very true.
so,
we-
so I think that's the plan. Is the duel will go on out of character. We'll assume it'll go to shit, and that'll start the fight, and then we will play it from. We'll hopefully kill everybody and win.
Yeah, I'm just saying from an RP perspective, I think Riggs is at least, I don't want to be the dick that ruins the plan, but he's probably going to
No,
need some convincing,
Well,
No, no.
so Riggs,
He wants vengeance for his family, right? It's
right?
totally understandable. that he's
Riggs wants vengeance, but you gotta remember that you can either get that revenge by teaming up with the people who are going to put you in the position to be able to get that revenge, even if you have to wait a moment through like watching him do this challenge. Like you're gonna get to kill him. He doesn't get to just leave. Like the
Yeah.
plan is that you and your new friends will make Maxius the most dead he has ever been before he leaves Langenberg. But they're just asking you to give them the time
Yeah.
to
Well, that's
that.
what I mean. That's what I mean is like there just needs to be some RP there
Yeah.
to convince him of that.
Well, yeah. We'll absolutely. We'll definitely spell out that. Lady Angelica is absolutely convinced that Cromwell must die. Maxius must die for her family as well. Maxius humiliated Lady Angelica's family a long time ago, so she wants that for her family. So they're definitely going to die. It's just we want to do it so we live also.
yeah, he's definitely pissed in everybody's cereal. You know what I mean? Like we all want him gone. So we won't let him get away. You know what I mean? Like we're on the same page as you. Like where this guy's going down, and we're gonna make it happen. So the hope is that you just kind of trust us and like believe us that his day will come. You just have to let us.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of a way to make sense for the character, not foil the plan.
But yeah, man, you do whatever you need to do, dude. Don't worry
Um,
about us getting mad at you.
Yeah.
That's the fun of the game. Whatever you need to do.
We'll give you a joint of calm emotion.
Yeah. Right before the battle, we'll give you
Okay.
a little gummy or something.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, so I think that's a good. And once the king is gone, I'll sort of run down what happened in why I think Cromwell has to die for being an idiot and what's going on in Waterram.
Okay, yeah, let's split up with the king. I say my king again, the freedom fighters, as I would prefer you call them. The freedom fighters are coming from the north. They will arrive in the north gates, south of the river, or coming down south on the river. Please allow them in when they do arrive. Treat them with the same hospitality that you would treat us, because they are sacrificing a lot to come and risk their lives, because they are not an army. They're just a group of citizens that want to help. Please escort them to to their encampment and make sure that they're fed. And I need you to be respectful, because a lot of my name is, I kind of like put my name out there for him. I kind of told him that
You
that I
vouch
got
for
you. There you go. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. Yeah, I vouched for us. You know what I mean? Like I need you to do me this favor, because I cannot have you ruin our relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. And you not only, convince him that these guys are more than just rebel mercenaries, but like now the king is actually going to make sure that they have like better weapons and equipment when they arrive.
All right. I'll go ahead and give him a bow, a pretty deep bow, and I say, "Thank you, my king, but we're going to retire for the evening. We need to rest. This
Of
meeting did
course.
take a lot longer than I thought it would, but it's okay. We're ready to go there."
Hey, it's like 2:30 in the morning, and we've been feasting and drinking and planning. Like, are you sure you don't want another mug of ale? And he reaches over to the table.
I think we've had enough ale for tonight. Thank you.
All right.
Riggs turns to him and says in a very proper manner, do you have accommodations suitable for noble folk?
Well, Lord Arn has his chambers here in the castle, and they come complete with servants areas for his personal valets and squires and all that. So yeah, I'm sure he's got some servants' beds for you guys.
Yeah, dude, I got the hookup. Don't worry. Let's go.
Is that how you treat noble people? I thought they had their own place.
This is not wig bag based. The society is not wig based.
He gives a hearty chuckle as he sees you trying, really really hard to
Position
play
yourself as a
the
noble.
part, and feeling in a generous mood. He turns and opens a chest and pulls out a large silver medallion that you guys are not lords, but everyone who is not currently a lord becomes a knight of the realm of Langenberg.
Sweet, you guys are all knighted now.
Thank you. And he
So now you guys all. Sorry, go ahead.
poofs his hair and some chalk comes out of it.
Yeah, you can have it. I'll pass.
You can't pass on gifts from a king, man. It's just bad manners.
Yeah, just take it and put it in your pocket later.
Yeah.
It's like,
Melt that shit down or something.
Yeah, later.
Don't refuse the medallion. I mean, you can.
No, I can easily melt it down. That's a good idea.
Okay.
Perfect. Just not until we leave.
yeah. Awesome.
And Electo, do you accept the medallion?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I definitely do.
Okay, good. So yeah, you guys are all knights now, and you're a knight whether you have the medallion or not, Logan. But
It's just the symbolism of it. Here you go. This is a
You can be Sir Logan.
medal.
Now.
Yeah, you could be Sir Logan or whatever your
Sir
last name
Riggs,
is.
Sir Logan.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much everything we need to discuss with the king. So let's retire and let's talk about.
yeah, get
whatever
out of here before I
private
give
stuff.
you more stuff.
Yeah. So when we get to a private, like to, I guess, Lord Arn's chambers, not that I'm bitter.
That's Sir Knight Lord Arn to you.
I will turn your brain into pudding. So Lady Angelica will explain that she attended with Cromwell to a dinner party in Waterran, and it turns out that this group running it, this cult, are actually mind flayers, and they have been replacing lords and higher ups and nobles in the city with mind flayers for the last, I think, 4 to 5 years. Upwards of maybe 14 to 16 nobles have probably been replaced based on my math and the sign-in sheet I saw. This is a potentially, I'm sure it's how Cromwell was replaced originally. The fact that he kept going back makes me think he's an idiot and must die now. I know our plan originally was to not go back to Waterran after this. It was to leave it be. It might be worth it to go, since we're going to be going back down the river anyways, and assuming it's all in chaos, to find this club and burn it down. It is clearly a threat, but I don't know that we don't have to deal with it, but it is, they are bringing these creatures into this realm and into positions of control and power.
So Arn kind of ponders on that for a second, and he is pacing, and he says, "So our suspicion was correct. We assumed that more nobles were being replaced with mind flayers."
Yep, absolutely. And again, based on the math, 14 to 16 is not an insignificant number. Like, that's
No,
quite a bit of
that is
damage
really-
they can do.
yeah, that's a large amount of the parliament that they can, they have a lot of power.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Arn says the hope was that what's the lady's name again in Waterran? The true heir?
Lady Belladonna.
Yes. So I guess we were hoping that Lady Belladonna would be appointed queen again, right? Like she would still rule.
I mean, there was some
she would just have to
gender
remarry,
politics
right?
there. Yeah, gender politics there.
Yeah.
The trick is, we would be leaving it, if we do nothing, we leave it to chance that they replace her with a mind flayer.
That's what I was going to say, is that if it doesn't become Lady Belladonna, then it becomes the Parliament, and the Parliament is mind flayers.
Yeah,
So,
it's problematic.
yeah. Well,
so I again, not saying we have to deal with it, but it is happening.
No. I agree with you. I think that is a serious threat to society as we know it if we let beings from other worlds and take control of citizens. I would hope that we would attempt to attempt to repair any dysfunction in Waterran after we handle Maxius here.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it's risky. There's my plan originally is we take the boat back. Obviously, that's gone to shit. But stop secretly at Waterran, disembark, go attack the place at night, get back out, and sail out of there quietly. I don't know what the best thing to do is. I guess we'll have to see how it plays out. But this is happening, and I just want you to know that it is concerning and dangerous to the people there. And obviously, the mind flayers aren't going to have the best interests of people's, at heart.
Yeah, they don't care. They just want to get I don't know what they want, but
they see humans basically as cattle. They feed on human brains. So
yeah.
Okay. So Arn asks, do you have intel on these people? You know of some mind flayers in the town?
So we can. I had meant to, or I should have grabbed the sign-in book, but didn't specifically say that I did. Is there any chance I got that, or no?
No, you did not grab the sign-in book because you did not.
Nope, I didn't.
Tell me that you grabbed it, but you do have the chance of remembering some of the people who were there, since the drugs did not have a full effect on you.
Yeah. So I can pick out some of the nobles. If we go there to the house and get the book, well, we can get an idea of who's been coming and going. Like if they came and then stopped showing up, or were we can get an idea of who the group is and how many they've replaced. If we can get the sign-in book, would be very helpful. At the very least, we can stop more from coming in. But there's a portal they open in the basement. If we can destroy that area, bring the house down on it, we would not have to. I think we would save us a lot of trouble.
I think that's a good line of attack. I do say that we should focus our efforts on the upcoming battle, though, Lady Angelica. But yes, I say we do investigate on that further after the battle has ended, of course.
Yep.
Not that I mean, Arn kind of looks to all you guys. He goes, Arn looks to the group and he says, "I don't know if you noticed, but I am taking this new position very seriously. I didn't think that I could ever be useful in any situation like this. I originally assumed that I only cause disaster where I take myself, but I do think that we are making strides to make this world a better place. And I once again appreciate everyone here in this room for sticking together. We are becoming heroes on the battlefield."
Riggs turns to Arn and he goes, "As a fellow noble, I understand the plight and responsibility that comes with your position. I think you're doing a good job."
Thank you, Lord Riggs.
Sir
All right,
Riggs.
guys. Sorry, excuse me, Sir Riggs.
He's not a lord.
Sorry, Sir
What?
Riggs.
What? Huh? I'm not a
Sir
lord?
Lord Riggs, Sir Lord Riggs, Sir Lord Riggs. All right, guys. Arn doesn't really have much to say tonight, at least. We definitely have a few days to wait for the army to get here, and then hopefully Maxius gets here within a week. And or I don't know how fast he's gonna get here, but hopefully not tomorrow. You know what I mean? That would be horrible.
Yeah. No, he was coming after the coronation, so it wasn't a set time on the coronation. But then at least they'll move more slowly than even we did. So you
Yeah,
can
they're very
assume
large.
about a 4 or 5 day hike after the coronation to get here.
That's also not if they're taking the ships, right? I'm assuming they have ships, and
Yeah, but I assume he wants to bring his army up and make a big show of
yeah, like an
absorbing all of
organized
it. Yeah.
event. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a triumph
Ceremonial,
parade
right?
kind of. Yeah.
Plus, it'll be his first time as king leaving the city, so I'm sure he wants to sort of show everybody his greatness as he marches.
Yeah, this might be the perfect way to tarnish his reputation. So that's great. And definitely, I tell Lady Angelica, definitely after we get rid of Maxius, I would like to pay your brother a visit and tell him about all the work we've done to reclaim some honor for your family.
Yeah, I'll send him a letter. Yeah, that's what I got. That was the big news from there.
I mean, that's pretty huge. I mean, we assumed that, but now that we know that there's a lot more than we thought, that's kind of scary.
Yeah, 14, 14. We're not taking out 14 mind flayers at once.
Well, they're just not 14 dudes; they're 14 aliens. You know what I mean? They're pretty crazy. So it's not just 14 people.
14 mind blasts is.
Yeah. So yeah, that's probably definitely going to be like another overarching thing in the story that we have a bunch of aliens trying to come to Earth, but or whatever this place is called, Terra.
Just go
I
get
don't know.
Cromwell and get them right after.
Well, Cromwell's. I'm just irritated that Cromwell didn't figure out that this is how he got swapped out in the first place, because they're getting him super stoned and he doesn't remember anything that happens at the party.
He's a consistent fool.
He's a dumb.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to kill him for being stupid. I was tormenting a little bit, torturing him mentally, psychically when I was there.
He's still having messed up sleep because of that.
Yeah, nope, he deserves it.
Yeah, he's definitely not a good guy. I mean, he even after we gave him an out, like to help us, he still went and joined Maxius. So I have a distaste for tyrants. So let's go ahead and.
I'm pretty sure
get
I
rid of him.
offered to kill him earlier. If you let him
Yeah, you were right. We should have listened.
In fairness, Logan, you offer to kill everyone.
True. So you know what I mean? Like a broken clock is right twice a day. But hey, you were right this time.
True.
But you were right this time for sure. But yeah, I'm ready to go to bed. Arn will definitely stay up praying because he doesn't do this often, but he's feeling he feels like he needs to get some sort of connection out of his god.
Roll a religion check.
So he doesn't pray often. He really, I mean, he has a bad habit of, like you only pray whenever you really need to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he has a bad habit of not ever following any of the the regimen that he's been taught. He was taught in a paladin school, and they prayed every morning and they did exercise. And
roll the check.
Yeah, sorry.
No atheist in a foxhole though is what the.
Yeah.
Yes,
idiom. To be fair though, people with perfect faith also wouldn't be in a foxhole. So.
Oh, I got a fucking 20.
Yeah. That's what I was hoping for.
Torm high fives you.
So, each of you goes to your private area to sleep or whatever you do at night. And each of you has your own moment. Electo,
This is my moment.
you are studying the Atlas and you realize that there is a stone circle for teleportation buried beneath the city, almost directly where you were in the sewers not that long ago.
Ooh, okay.
You can use that as a free dimension door, like you don't need to use the time to cast a ritual nor spend a spell slot when you use the standing stones. So
Awesome.
so you can basically teleport
From stone to stone.
well, not just from stone to stone. Stone to stone, yes, but also you can use the standing stone to just teleport yourself and like dimension door, anywhere. But then also you can open a Diablo 2 style portal that like remains open in between two locations, but the other location has to have the stone circle too.
Amazing. Okay, cool.
So you can not only open a permanent door, but you can also just use it to just get a free teleport.
Okay, so yeah, basically like Dimension Door, where if she can like recall it, she can teleport there,
Yep.
or he can teleport there.
Yes, correct. He's very masculine, the bald head, the goatee. He comes across like Jason Statham or Vin
Ming.
Diesel.
Vin
Ming.
Diesel.
Logan, while you are alone, you study the scroll of Death Touch. Roll a wisdom check for me, please.
Ooh, I like rolling dice. Hold on.
So, you have not mastered the technique just yet, but you have done enough now to where when you apply your stunning strike, you may either apply your stunning strike as per normal, or they can get effectively a +2. It's -2 to the DC. But for -2 to the DC, instead of stunning them for one round, if they are at or below 50% of their health, they just die. Fifth
Sorry, you
edition
couldn't
doesn't
hear me,
have
but I was. Yeah.
Fifth edition doesn't have save or die. This is a save or die.
Nice. Gonna keep working at that.
Oh no, what happened? I stepped away for a second.
Logan's learning Death Touch. What?
I thought he was dying. I was like, what is going on?
No, it's the opposite. The only thing dying is his inside.
Wait, what's a death
Inside,
touch?
he's dying.
It's Death Touch. Touch of Death. What?
Didn't you ever see Kill Bill 2?
Yeah, kind
I
of like
see.
that.
I thought it was a spell.
So basically, his Stunning Strike is getting an upgrade to where he can either do Stunning Strike like normal, or by taking -2 to the DC, he can instantly kill anyone who is at or below 50% of their hit points.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's like a save or bust, right? Because
Yep.
so
It's
if
awesome. That's a
so you can choose to, instead of stunning strike, you make them do a save, but it's a -2 save, right?
Yeah. Instead of being his regular save DC, it's 2 lower.
Okay, and if they pass, nothing happens, but if they fail, then they die.
Then they die.
Okay, that's pretty high risk, high reward. Where like you have to choose.
it's
Yep.
pretty cool.
Riggs, you are, sitting alone. You've taken your powdered wig off at this point, and you sit back and you start to think about what is going to go down in a very short amount of time. You start to think about your family and what happened as a result of Maxius and his callous disregard for you as, you know, a person and your family, and you start to think about just how much you want to make him pay. But then as the anger burns inside you, as you struggle to maintain a calm demeanor. Are you drunk?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so you like, have a bit of a drunken, fit for a moment, but then pass out. And as you pass out, you have the most lucid dream you've ever had in your life. In fact, when you awaken, you're not sure that it was a dream, because your wife comes to you, but not in the way that a dream normally would, be like, oh, I'm hanging out with my wife and, we're talking and doing all of that. Instead, you are having an out of body experience as you look down at your passed out body on the floor and you look up at your wife as she materializes in front of you, but not completely. Like a ghost, she is semi transparent and ethereal. And she reaches out and touches you. And as she does this, you feel two things. You feel an icy cold where her hand touches your chest by your heart. And it is so cold that it burns and stabs you with like needles of ice. But as she pulls her hand away, you feel this intense Zen-like, I'm not going to call it calm, but like resolve. Like you know exactly what you must do, and your heart has now been steeled to where no emotion is going to get in the way of you doing exactly what you have been thinking about for a long time now.
Cool. So,
A bit
so does
of
that mean
drunken meditation.
he's not going to go nuts when he sees Maxis, basically?
Well, it's still your character. So you can take what I've said and all of that and apply it any which way that you think is appropriate for your character. So, in no way, shape, or form am I railroading you to where you have to, do this or that. I am merely providing you with an option to not have to go crazy if you want it.
Okay, cool.
You could use it as a good omen, at least. She visited you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter what, this was a good role play moment. It's also an opportunity for you to be able to make whatever decision you want with your character rather than feeling hemmed in to where it's like, oh, well, I have to attack Maxius the moment I see him because that's what my character would do. Well, not necessarily. You decide how you react after this. But she has given you the mental fortitude and the resolve to do whatever it takes. So you take that for what you want it for. And don't worry, Aaron, we're getting to you, but I wanted to do everybody else first because, you Haven't you gotten enough?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, all right, guys, that's enough for me. I don't want to be the center of
Yeah.
attention anymore.
Yeah. So I just wanted to go ahead and do everybody else. But don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you. Lady
Yeah, you better not.
Yeah. Lady Angelica, the Far Realm Shard and the cryptics, when you are doing your nightly studies, you notice that when you accidentally caught a glimpse of the cryptics through the Far Realm Shard's lens, one of its prisms, you could actually like start to decipher it. That's not the right word because you already could understand the letters, but it's starting to click over. And like there's something about like viewing it through the crystal. Well, first of all, it does in fact like translate it into like the common language for you when you look at the symbols through it and all of that. um but again, you could already read it, so it's not helping you in that aspect. But there's just something about viewing it through the crystal and seeing it in your language, to where all of a sudden there is one word that like jumps out at you like immediately, and that is sleeping.
Starting to click.
Now, bear in mind that this is translating it into your language, so that's not necessarily the you know
Direct translation.
direct.
Yeah.
Like the spaces in there probably don't require sleeping, but the word sleeping in whatever language this is definitely in there.
Okay, just so I understand. So it is. So it takes up. I'm not learning how many slots the word takes up or anything like that.
Let me check on that for you. I don't know that I necessarily have that answer for you. But I'm going to try to find it.
Okay,
So give me just 1 second here.
we can do it afterwards offline too.
Oh, no, it's fine. I already have it. I just, I want to make sure that I give you the correct answer here. Okay, so it takes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 6 letters, and I am an idiot. It is not sleeping, it is dreaming.
Dreaming. So you're able to make out a hint of basically dreaming. It's kind of like a hint. 6 slots.
Yep, correct.
Are you looking for a phrase to open it, Lady Angelica? Is
I
that...
have a 41 slot phrase, 41 character phrase that will open the codex.
Oh, okay, got it. And so dreaming takes up 6 of the slots.
A word that means dreaming takes up 6
Got
of the
it.
slots, and then
Got
I need there's a proper name in there too, I know, but I don't know what it is.
Okay, cool. So we're getting hints to this like crossword puzzle, basically.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good revelation.
Okay, and finally, Arn.
Electo. Oh, okay.
Electo?
Yeah, he can go twice if he wants.
we're just gonna load Electo up with stuff. Arn, you um pray to your gods,
The All Father.
the All Father, but like all of them, like
Yeah, all of them, of course.
you
Yes,
know,
all of
they're
them.
they're all to be respected, but you
Yes.
know,
I'm not
as
sure if in this world if we're pagan, but all the gods
yeah,
basically.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are majorly pagan,
Okay.
and
So yeah.
and so as you pray to the gods, something strange happens. A light shines down through the window. It's a beam of moonlight, and it grows so bright that the entire room is lit up as if it's day. And you're forced to like blink. It gets so bright, and as you open your eyes again, standing in front of you is an angel.
I'm like
All
shoot. Go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that Arnold's like shooting his. He has no armor on, but he's like in his sleeping clothes, and he's shooting his eyes because the thing is so bright.
Yeah,
He has his arms over his head,
it
his
is.
face.
It is all feathers and wings and bright, radiant glow, and it speaks in your head with a booming voice that you understand perfectly. And it says, Arn Brynwolf of Clan Brynwolf, you have been a faithful and uh, holy, um,
Humble, handsome. Yes, yes. Keep going.
what's the right word? Pious, a faithful and pious servant of the gods. And now, in your hour of need, I have come to grant you the blessings of the gods. And with that, the angel extends its hand, touching you on your forehead. Its wings extend outwards, and you have been given aid and angel wings. There's a thing that gives you angel wings. You basically have flight and aid for the next 2 weeks or whatever. Like whenever Maxius gets here is like around the time that you will no longer have this blessing. Now the wings are not physical wings that are like
Sprouting out of me.
sprouting out
Yeah.
of your back. These are glowing wings that only you can see unless you activate your wings and fly. Otherwise, you can just see the glow and nobody else can.
So I have a question. So after they touch me, I mouth is agape, right? Like I don't know what the fuck is happening. I go, I think I've seen you before. I remember in the cave when I reached down upon Logan and blessed him with all the health, with all I guess, with all the divine health I had. Did you appear in that moment and help me there?
I have been by your side since birth. It is only when your need is greatest that I reveal myself. And the angel touches you again, and all of a sudden, all the memories come flooding back of every time you like thought you saw him, and then like you can see him clearly in your memory now. And yeah, the angel has indeed been there many, many times for you throughout your life.
I thank you for this divine favor. And then I bow my head. I will use this power courageously on the battlefield. I must speak to you more, but you probably, long distance and everything, it probably costs more. So,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I
So,
only have a limited time that I can appear to you. This is draining all of my power, so.
yeah, I understand. But anyways, Ard says, "Thank you. I appreciate this divine blessing. I never really thought that there was somebody watching over me. Like, actually, I didn't think there was an actual angel watching over me. But this makes me all the more devout. I'd say that.
Well, we would hope that you'd be devout anyway, and indeed you were, hence the blessing.
Yeah, dude. I don't even know what to say. He needs to sleep on this and think about it in the morning.
Yeah, and so just for the record, it's not about how often you pray; it's about the deeds and actions that you do. And you have always honored the gods and tried to live a good life, and so the gods took notice.
Okay. Thankfully, the gods don't pay attention to all the like poor people we beat up and stuff. So
Well,
that's good.
the thing
It's swept under the rug.
it's not about being perfect. It's about trying to do good things.
What's
And
right? Yeah.
yeah, and the gods don't exactly agree with every decision you've made, but they understand without condoning.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking sick. Okay, I did IRL. I do got to think on that too, and I'll say something to you guys in the next session.
Yeah. So, anybody have anything they need to do? Otherwise, I think we'll go ahead and wrap up.
I was going to say, I just need the crown and the far realm shell added to the equipped items.
Ah, yes, the crown. You are correct, sir.
Yeah, and do you have like an idea of what that might look like? Because I would like to figure out a way if I can cover it up with something so I can wear it and not be a big target. But
It is a dwarven crown, so it is very thick, uh, made of gold and jewels, and would be quite difficult to cover up in a way that would not make it obvious that there's like definitely something on your head. Though if you were to wear some kind of crazy hat, I guess you
well,
could.
I thought more like a um, like a lace covering or something. So it's there, and there's gems, but it's not clearly a crown.
Yeah, I'm sure you could just put a cloak over it, right?
Well,
You
this
could just
this,
kind of
this
slide
is
a.
a dwarven crown, so anything that would uh, not completely obfuscate what it is, it's probably still going to be obvious what it is.
Okay, well, either way, I'm gonna definitely wear it for the fight. So
Okay.
Yeah, you're just trying not to peacock, right? You're not trying to just have it out.
well, also any dwarf that sees it's gonna try and murder me. So
Hopefully, there's no dwarves tomorrow or when the day comes.
yeah. Well, again, I'll be at high ground and I can fly away if I get a dwarf problem. But for that fight, at least, I figure it's worth trying.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, that's sick. I mean, a lot of cool stuff just happened to us.
Yeah, and I'm not. I was thinking I'd use the wand, but probably not because I don't want to accidentally get transformed again.
Yeah, be careful with that. That thing is starting to backfire on you. Hey, you never know though. If you need max damage, don't feel hesitant to use that.
It'll be in my bag, but
Yeah, just it's a it's a double-edged sword. Gotta be careful.
No, it's a wand.
Double-edged wand.
Alrighty. Well, that was a pretty good session. We got, you guys fully equipped and ready for the battle. And just to confirm, indeed, next week we will be jumping forward in time straight to the battle. Whatever else
awesome.
happens in the interim of like you guys waiting around, it's not going to be big. Whatever little things, role play, etc. We can worry about that, or even in between sessions, you guys can jump in the role play channel and discuss amongst yourselves or whatever you need to do for your downtime. It'll be about a week before he arrives. And like I said, Next session, we're going to get right into it because this should be a pretty big battle, so I want to try and get it done in one session.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, sounds good. We can discuss that before the next session.
Alrighty. Well, you guys have a great night. I want to thank you for playing. I want to thank anyone who's watching. And as always, everyone, good gaming.